Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Monday, May 11th, 2020. It is 6:30 a.m. Washington State Time. This morning, it is very cold at the youth center. The temperature is about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Even though it is in the summer, I still have to wear a sweatshirt. I have a Dharma talk this morning because there were some questions from Buddhist followers whom sent to me over the past months or so. They say I place questions related to the situation in the country first over questions about Buddhism. I sincerely apologize that I have placed the issues of the survival of the Vietnamese people above all in a time when the country is in the brink of collapse. I hope you can understand. They asked me this question about 2 months ago. I finally have some free time last night and would like to address it today. While I checked my emails, I write them down. I found this very good question. This question is from some Buddhist followers who are practicing meditation. They asked me about the Vajra Sutra. As you all know, I am the one who guides disciples practicing the Pure Land Buddhism. In the past, I also practiced in meditation. So I answer this question to the best of my knowledge. As a matter of fact, for questions about meditation, Buddhist followers should call or send emails to highly respected meditation monks because I am a guidance in Pure Land Buddhism. However, I still will answer to the best of my knowledge of the Vajra Sutra in the Platform Sutra of the Sixth Patriarch Hugh Ning. I would like to invite Buddhist followers in the country and overseas, as well as Vietnamese people who are blessed to hear this. The truth is, you can only hear Vajra Sutra if you have enough blessings. If you do not have enough blessing, please do not make slanderous statements to destroy your seed of Buddhism. I only say this because of my compassion for you. Also, please do not say any words that will taint the Vajra Sutra because it is a supreme sutra left behind by the Buddha. The Buddha said that even if using all the treasures on this earth to alms and making offerings or supporting all the sentimental beings on this planet become armorhead is incomparable to Buddhist followers in the Dharma ending age who can teach a verse or a sentence in the Vajra Sutra because of its greater merit. So because of compassion, I tell you this, to prevent you from being condemned. Namo Sikkamanu Buddha. Please bless me. A bhikkhu in the Dharma ending age who practice Pure Land Buddhism with little knowledge in researching the Vajra Sutra. I would like to answer according to my understanding. Namo Rejoice Bodhisattva. Letters from disciples. Dear Vulnerable, we are a group of Buddhist followers who practice meditation. We research the Vajrayana Sutra and we study the Recitation Sutra of the Sixth Patriarch Hugh Ning. When he was still a layman person, he had not received the 5 precepts and he went to the 5th Patriarch Hugh Jing so that he could receive the Dharma. Once Master Hugh Ning obtained the Dharma, the 5th Patriarch passed the bowl and cassock to ordain him to be the 6th Patriarch, Hugh Ning. Then the next morning, the 5th Patriarch stopped the ceremony, consecutively for a week. So the vulnerable Shin Tu came in to visit the fifth patriarch. The patriarch said his dharma had transferred to Hu Ning, and he has gone to the south. Immediately, those close to Shin Tu sent a lot of people to chase after Hu Ning to repossess the cassock and bowl, including a monk named Hu Ming, who was a former military officer prior to following the fifth patriarch. He took his horse and ran after Hu Ning. The sixth patriarch saw the pursuit and left the bowl cassock on a rock while hiding in the grass. Hu Ming saw the bowl cassock and tried to pick it up. He used all his strength to lift it up, but he could not get the bowl cassock, which was given to the sixth patriarch, to move. At that time, vulnerable Hu Ming shouted, "Layman, I came here to learn the Dharma without any ill will." At that time, the sixth patriarch came out from the bush. He said, "If you came here to learn the Dharma, please come down and do not think wildly, then I will tell you." Then he waited for the monk, Hu Ming, to regain his breath and come down. At that time, the sixth patriarch declared, "Hu Ming, do not think good. Do not think evil. What is the true face of vulnerable Hu Ming?" I am curious about this question. I asked some Zen masters, and they said that our true face is our true mind. However, without thinking good or evil, how do we practice Buddhism? While in Buddhist scriptures, they teach to practice the 10 goods. Avoid to do evil deeds, but to do good deeds in the world of the Buddha. The sixth patriarch taught that don't think good, don't think evil. What is the true face of vulnerable Hu Ming? We are curious because we also heard the vulnerable said that practicing to enter into the non-no-thought heaven or anasatrito is considered as evil samadhi. The sixth patriarch, Hu Ning, taught the vulnerable Hu Ming not to think good nor evil. What the true face of the present is and the past is. Perhaps the sixth patriarch of Hu Nang taught vulnerable Hu Ming to abstain from all thoughts and conditions to enter the meditation of unthinking in the Ashmajin. Vulnerable, please compassionately tell us because our understanding is limited. If we ask questions that cause unpleasantness to you, please forgive us. Namo rejoice Bodhisattva. The problem that we often make mistake while practicing Buddhism is because we heavily depend on the texts of Buddhist scriptures. That's why the ancestors said that using the sutra rigidly to express the Buddha's meaning will taint 3 generations of the Buddha. The 3 generations of the Buddha are the Buddha of the past, the Buddha of the present, and the future Buddha. We mistakenly interpret, and therefore the Buddha and the 3 generations of Buddha are unjust. However, not using the sutra is the same mark as Mara talk. Giving Dharma talks without using the sutra is giving Mara talks. Here, I want to make it clear that the 6th patriarch, Hu Ning, practiced meditation. This section of Dharma was transmitted from the Buddha's time in the world. Prior to this passing, the Buddha transferred the bowl and cassock to the patriarch Kasyapa. Then patriarch Kasyapa transferred to Payatrika Anang and passed on like that in India until the 28th patriarch. When Buddhism came into China, Hu Ning was the 6th patriarch to receive the Dharma language of the Buddhist meditation. The practice of Buddhist meditation has passed down from the time the Buddha was alive. We must understand that the 6th patriarch heard Vajra Sutra from the buyer while selling firewood. He taught the 5th patriarch, Hung Jing, to learn about the Vajra. The 6th patriarch, Hu Neng, came to meet his 5th patriarch without praying anything at all. Normally, we went to the temple. We pray for good luck. We pray for unrelated things and the issues of liberation of Sumatra. When the 6th patriarch, Hu Neng, on the day he met the 5th patriarch, he asked, "Countrymen, what do you come here to pray for? We often pray for happiness, peacefulness, and fortune." However, Master Hu Ning answered that he came to pray to be a Buddha. That is, he wanted to pray to be a Buddha, meaning he wanted to see his Buddha nature. So you should know from the uttermost meaning of the Vajra Sutra that Master Hu Ning acknowledged from the 5th patriarch, Hung Zheng, was supreme. That is, when Master Hu Ning heard the phrase, "You must be non-local for the appearance of this mind," he completely realizes enlightenment. So we must know that in the life of the 6th patriarch, all the Dharma of Sikhamoni Buddha after his death were gathered to be called Sutra. The 6th patriarch, Hu Ning, is an incarnation of Buddha who manifests to continue the transmission of the Tathagata meditation and Zen masters. So the teaching of His Excellency Hu Ning, written by Pháp Hải, are known as the Platform Sutra. Let's go back to the words I taught and cultivated. If we practice meditation by closing all thoughts completely, we will teach a high level of meditation called the non-no-thought utopia. Practicing this type of meditation is blessed to the highest heaven called Aseno Sato. Life expectancy in this utopia is 44,000 great Aksanika. Their life expectancy is very long. However, when their blessing run out, they will return to the world of suffering. Roughly 100 years after the Buddha Sikhamoni passed away, a monk meditated on this riverbank. An otter was hunting fish and caused disturbance to the monk. He was no longer in the samadhi and had to stop his meditation. When the monk awoke and saw the others, he angrily said that he was in the samadhi and the otter disturbed him. Someday he would reincarnate into something to eat the otter. It was because of this saying that after his blessing was used up in the non-no-thought heaven, he reincarnated as another otter to redeem his karma. That is called cause and effect. The testimony of the 6th patriarch Hu Ning to Venerable Hu Ming was, Do not to think of good. Do not to think of evil. Close all the thoughts and completely. Then the nature of knowing, still there or not. Blind people can still see dark, right? That is, when we think good, then we will do good. Then we will leave the turlock or not. We must remember that doing good will be blessed to rebirth in heaven. Desires and lust heavens, Rapatatu heaven, and Anasanatu heaven is the highest heaven for those who obtain unthinkable meditation. However, when they use up all their blessings, then they will still fall off. So when we think evil, then we will do evil. We will fall into evilness, evil ways, as Asura, Pretas, also known as demons, animals, and hell. Good karma and bad karma still make us cycle in Sumusara. So the Buddha appeared in this world, but he did not teach the Lotus Sutra until he was 70 years old. The purpose of the Buddha birth is not to teach us to be a king nor a lord, to be rich and beautiful, to go to heaven to enjoy blessing, or to teach us to fall into hell, to become pretas or animals. The Buddha taught us to obtain the Buddha knowledge. That is, each of us, human being, has the Buddha nature that is immortal. The sixth patriarch, Hiu Ning, taught Venerable Hiu Ming by pointing directly to the mind to set your own nature and reach Buddhahood. That is, do not think good, do not think evil. Does not mean the nature known and the nature seen that is blocked. Thanks to the knowing and seeing nature that is under dying, so we can open our minds. All of us are born human. We all have a light of knowledge in our mind. It is always bright, but because we cover it with ignorance, greed, and anger, we gather in our lives the lust, carvings, and anger to cover with the darkness in our inner lives.